Carrying with a round in the chamber. Don't you love these videos? And a lot of these round in the chamber YouTube videos end up feeling a little stupid because they all basically end in the same spot, right? Just carry with a round in a chamber because we say so. And a lot of them, including ones I myself have made in the past, go on and on about how it's still super safe and how you'll never have the time or the mental acuity to remember to rack a slide when your life is actually on the line. But then a video came up on my feed on YouTube this week from a channel called Northwind Aerial. This guy shot himself in the testicles at a shooting class. And this video hit a little bit different for me. Something about seeing a guy like you get shot in the testicle and losing it felt very real, obviously. And you could see his both physical and mental pain. And it made me stop and question whether I was putting myself and my family at more risk than necessary by carrying with a round in the chamber. So, should you carry it with a round in a chamber, and is it worth the added risk? Let's talk about it. But first, before I get started, thank you guys so much for tuning in. My name is Jay Costa. If you get value after watching this video, please hit the like button down below and also consider subscribing. We're building a community of like-minded individuals who are looking to fight for, protect, and defend our Second Amendment rights here in the state of New Jersey, as well as other blue states like it. So if that interests you, hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you can stay up to date on our weekly videos. And I'm just going to jump right in because honestly, the more I questioned why I actually carry with one in the chamber, the less I could come up with real reasons other than the experts on the internet say I have to. Now, I do carry with a round in a chamber. I have done so every day for the past 3.5 years, mostly at the appendix position. But then I recently got into pocket carry. Now, is the same industry pressure applied to pocket carry the same way it is to appendix carry? Early on in my pocket carry journey, and it's still early on, it's only been a few months now, I was carrying without a round in a chamber. And I actually felt okay with it for two main reasons. First, pocket carry just has more room for error, more movement, right? Depending on the pants or shorts I'm wearing, the holster and the gun can shift around quite a bit. That movement feels more likely to lead to a negligent discharge than something sitting more stationary inside the waistband. Second, half the time I was using something like this, a soft sticky style holster with no real retention. And one of the biggest reasons I've always been comfortable carrying appendix with a round in a chamber is because I use a proper, I'm even saying it there, proper, right? A Kydex holster that completely covers the trigger with little to no give. Now with a soft holster like that, like this sticky holster, like I said, no retention and a gun that can move around a bit in the pocket, carrying empty felt like the smart choice at first or early on. And don't get me wrong, I still agree with most of the benefits of carrying with a round in a chamber, especially at the appendix position. You have clear and quick access. You can, shield the gun from someone who's trying to grab it from a threat. And you can obviously point and shoot at a moment's notice. That's all real. Like, those are real benefits. But no matter how we slice it, no matter what your training looks like, and if we're all honest with ourselves, most of us do not train enough, you still have a loaded firearm, usually a striker fire gun with no external safety, pointing at major arteries all day long, or in this case, a penis and a testicle. Now, training is key. We all know that. I preach that a lot on this channel, but most people, as I mentioned, don't train enough. But also, we don't really train for human error, right? We don't train getting the gun hung up on a coat, pants, or a belt, right? We train in our basements, where I am right now, dry firing with almost zero stress, pretty much zero stress, or at the range with maybe a little bit more. It's not the same thing, right? I'm not telling anyone not to carry with a round in a chamber, but just like any decision in life, there's risk versus reward, right? That's all I'm trying to bring up here. Yes, there's a chance you get ambushed in public with absolutely zero notice and you need a fully loaded gun within a second. That's a real possibility. But that possibility is greater for some people and less for others, depending on a lot of factors. Where you live, where you work, how you spend your time. But what's also a possibility is you or me or the guy in the video on YouTube shooting ourselves while drawing the gun. We should all be honest about which one is more likely in our actual kind of life, right? And make the decision based on that and nothing else. One thing everyone likes to talk about, but not always trust for some reason, is situational awareness. Being aware of your surroundings, shady situations, shady people, shady places, keeping an eye on entryways and exits at all times. Why can't we use that awareness to give ourselves a little time to prepare in engaging a threat. Yes, you could get attacked, as I mentioned, with 000 warning from behind. You don't even hear it coming. They're walking like a fairy. You don't hear anything. But the more common scenario, most likely, is that you see something developing already and have at least a few seconds. And how long does it take to actually rack a slide? Under a second, if you practice it. Hell, even the IDF, the Israeli Defense Forces, still mostly carry without a round in the chamber of their duty weapons. Did you know that? I didn't even know that until I started doing research in this video. No matter how you feel about Israel, pretty much all people would agree, they're pretty good at their job, specifically killing their enemies. Now, at the end of the day, carrying a firearm, as we all know, is a massive, massive responsibility, specifically to yourself as well as to the people around you, and it is a risk. There is inherent risk. Carrying with a round in a chamber is the best way to be able to defend yourself and the people around you as quickly and effectively as humanly possible. There is zero doubt about that. I am not here to argue against that. But acting like there is zero added risks as long as you train once a month in the basement is totally asinine. There are added risks. There's less margin for user error. That is a fact. Everyone's situation is different. If you live or work near a rough area, or a single guy when nobody, that you live with yourself, nobody else is at home, especially no kids, then maybe those added risks are worth the benefit, but that's not everyone's situation. And just because someone wants to avoid those risks and make up for it with maybe better awareness and more intentional training doesn't make them an idiot. Or worse. Now, there's also the external safety option. It's another one of those kind of taboo things, especially on a striker fire pistol, that, if you put up a picture of your Glock with an external safety, you're kind of called all sorts of names. I personally do not think there is anything wrong with an external safety. But personally, I'd rather carry without a round in a chamber than try to remember to work a safety under stress. Even if I could disengage it cleanly, it can mess up my grip, potentially hurt accuracy. Racking a slide just feels more natural to me, both to remember and to actually do and accomplish. Now, you may have gotten to this point in the video and feel annoyed because I didn't tell you what to do yet. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm not telling you to carry with an empty chamber. I don't. I still carry with a round ready to go. I'm not telling you to do anything other than carry the way you feel most comfortable and not let people online who don't know you or your life situation decide for you. Now, what I actually want to hear, without any judgment or the usual kind of online internet expert chiming in, is how you feel about carrying with a round in a chamber. Do you do it? And why? Specifically why? And if not, tell me in the comment section why you don't. That is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I appreciate it so much for tuning in. If you like this video, click that like button, hit subscribe. Once again, I appreciate you tuning in as always, and I will see you next time. Take care. God bless. Keep fighting.